President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said behind closed doors that Ukraine's Flamingo cruise missile had already been used in actual combat operations 9 times. This was reported by the publication Figaro, citing informed sources. It means that 9 important Russian facilities were destroyed with these missiles. The president previously called the Flamingo the most powerful missile ever developed by Ukraine. Iryna Terekh, chief technical officer of Firepoint, the developer, confirmed this assessment, noting that the missile has already proven its effectiveness. Details of the operations and targets for which the Flamingo was used are not disclosed. Ukraine is deliberately maintaining secrecy to avoid revealing the missile's technical capabilities and range. Le Figaro also notes that Kiev is considering the next stage of its missile program's development, the production of its own ballistic systems. According to the publication sources, the Ukrainian defense industry already has the technological foundation for the transition to more sophisticated weaponry. The existence of the Flamingo missile became known in August 2025, when Volodymyr Zelenskyy first publicly announced it. The system's developer is the Ukrainian company Firepoint, founded after the start of Russia's full-scale invasion. The missile has a range of up to 3,000 kilometers and a warhead weighing over 1 ton. Flamingo is equipped with a modern navigation system and air defense evasion systems. The Flamingo's fuselage is made of carbon fiber, which is cheaper than titanium, and is 3D printed. The warhead is a standard aircraft bomb, and the engine is a Soviet-era twin-flow turbojet capable of reaching speeds of up to 900 kilometers an hour. All this comes at a price experts estimate at $500,000 per unit, compared to over $2 million for the Franco-British Scalp missile. The Flamingo's main advantage, its manufacturer emphasizes, remains its complete made in Ukraine status. With the exception of a few microchips and small parts, 90% of the components are Ukrainian. This sovereignty has become the company's motto. We use open-source software for the guidance system, rather than proprietary versions like Windows or Unix. We can independently verify the code and ensure there are no hidden components or functions that could allow a foreign manufacturer to disable the weapon, explains Firepoint's CTO and chief designer Denis Stillerman. This is a major advantage for Kiev, as the use of long-range weapons supplied by its partners often comes with certain conditions, regardless of the power of our weapons. Talking about game-changing warfare is pointless, Iryna Terekh corrects. If we were to gather all the Western weapons tomorrow, it still wouldn't be enough to end the war. What truly makes a difference is the ecosystem that enabled the creation of Flamingo. Close collaboration between the manufacturer, the armed forces, which constantly inform us of local needs, and the government, which streamlines procedures so we can act more quickly. After all, we must constantly adapt our weapons, the technical director asserts. Wonder weapon or not, Flamingo is the best map we have, says Valery Romanenko, an aviation expert and researcher at the State Aviation Museum of Ukraine. Of course, the missile remains vulnerable. It flies low and is more visible, being twice as large as Scalp. But where a drone carrying 75 to 100 kilograms of payload would damage an oil refinery, Flamingo will disable it for months, if not years, the expert explained. In his opinion, these weapons will only be used if they are produced in large quantities. Our own defense system intercepts 90% of Russian missiles, and we can expect the same for the Russian side. If we want to overwhelm their defense system, we will need to produce these missiles en masse, the expert believes.
South Korean President Lee Jae-myung said on Saturday that his country will continue making efforts for direct dialogue with North Korea while supporting U.S. President Donald Trump in fulfilling his desire to act as a peacemaker on the Korean peninsula. According to Associated Press, he made the remarks during the closing ceremony of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit held in Gyeongju, a city in southeastern South Korea. If the U.S. and North Korea improve their relations through dialogue, It will open the way for better inter-Korean relations as well, he said at a news conference. The president said China's role is also critical in establishing lasting peace and stability on the Korean peninsula. Lee said Seoul hopes to create and expand cooperation and communication with China in various areas that benefit both countries, particularly in the economy and people-to-people exchanges, in addition to peacemaking in the region. Leaders and representatives from the APEC member countries visited Gyeongju this week to take part in the annual summit.
네, 지금부터 2025년 에이펙 정상회의 기자회견을 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 이재명 대한민국 대통령님의 모두 말씀부터 듣도록.
그래서 미국의 역할을 인정하고 또 미국과 북한이 대화해서 관계를 개선하면 남북 간의 관계도 개선할 길이 열리기 때문에 남북 간의 직접 대화를 위한 노력도 하겠지만 트럼프 대통령이 스스로 하고자 하는 바대로 이 한반도에서 평화를 만드는 피스메이커로서의 역할을 잘 하도록 하는 게 대한민국의 안보를, 평화를 확보하는 길이기도 합니다. 그래서
그 페이스메이커로서 이런 뭐 북미의 회담이나 이런 것을 어떻게 체계적으로 지원하십니까?
중국에게도 대한민국에게도 모두 도움이 되는 여러 영역에 특히 경제, 민간 교류, 그리고 나아가서는 동북아의 평화와 안정을 위한 역할을 어떻게 할 것인지 등에 대해서도 협력과 소통의 계기를 많이 만들고 또 높여가려고 합니다. 그리고 한반도 평화와 안정을 정착시키는데도 중국의 역할은 매우 중요하다고 생각합니다.
한남방부터 시작해서 기자실에 정말 많은 관심들이 있었습니다. 실제
문제가 있으면 해결하고 과제가 있으면 협력해서 풀어가자. 일본도 한국도 해야 될 일이죠. 그리고 정치는 기본적으로 개인의 생각을 관철하는 측면도 있지만 더 중요한 것은 더 나은 국민들의 삶, 국가의 더 나은 미래 아니겠습니까? 그건 어디서나 마찬가지죠. 솔직하게 느낌을 말씀드리면 아주 좋은 느낌을 받았습니다. 걱정이 다 사라졌습니다. 앞으로 한일 관계는 잘 협력해서 지금보다 훨씬 나은 단계로 나아갈 수 있겠다.
전달해 주시겠습니다. 장윤선 기자님.
네, 여성 기도에서
성별 안배를 했다는 점 말씀드립니다.
우선 성공적인 에이펙 정상회의 마무리하신 것에 대해서
자, 우리 2025년 에이펙 정상회의 기자회견을 모두 마치겠습니다. 고맙습니다.